I could hear it through the earphones, so that's a good sign. Well, it looks like I have volume, so I hope that works. Let me know if it's working. Can you hear anything? Okay, cool. Well, hey guys, sorry it's been so long since I posted an update. If you notice, the background is very different in a new house. Gonna give a tour eventually. Not sure if we're gonna be here extra year, but we plan to be here for a full year. We've already been here for about 4 or 5 months. It's a beautiful home. Um, Everything has been kind of cool. It is haunted, of course. Everywhere we seem to live is also very haunted. Weirdly enough, it seems I find either a haunted house or haunted land is very weird. Like, it's a natural drawn thing. The kids and me, it's kooky, spooky the house. Baby, you're fine. Don't apologize. My daughter, gotta love her. Anyway, she's playing with her one of her early Christmas presents I gave her. I gave her a crocheted voodoo doll to make. Anyway, what is new to come? I still plan to do tarot card readings, but um I have done research, and of course times are hard. Things are going to get harder with the said coming president. So, I am gonna start doing OnlyFans. Now I know everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, she's turning into a hoochie. No, I'm not turning into a hoochie. Now, what I'm planning to do on OnlyFans, I do nature photography, and my nature photography, I am into medium to moderate amateurish photography, and people love my photography. One, I'm going to start selling that photography, so if people want to blow it up, take it to someone who can frame it, have it in their house, some of my work, or take it to a painter, have someone paint it, have my work in their home, they can. I plan to do some pinup work of myself, for people who like plus size models. It's going to be tasteful. It's not going to be raunchy by no means. I will do corsetry, with, like, say, leather jackets, coats, maybe like lingerie, but not like nasty lingerie. I will be covered. You're not going to see like my butt or, revealing things. um, I will do feet pics. My feet are going to be nicely done. I will have toenail painted. I will have stockings, certain type of shoes. If people have requests for certain things, but they need to be tasteful, not raunchy. I will do only feet. I'm going to do hand picks where my hands are going to be nice up, nails, certain type of rings, because I know people have fetishes. um, I'm going to sell them. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, times are hard for real. And I know there is a market for it. So, people got to do what they got to do. I'm also going to be doing where people want one on one tarot card readings, where I could be on OnlyFans, where you could be live. I could do specific tarot card readings one on one with someone specifically, or they could tell me, hey, can you meet me on a messenger, not on OnlyFans? I could actually do that with them instead and not on OnlyFans, because I know some people want not tarot card readings live on YouTube or anywhere else because they don't want people knowing their business, which I completely understand that, because I wouldn't want someone knowing an in depth reading, like, say, they were cheating or they had like a very in-depth thing happen to them, like say they were a victim of the hard R. I pick up on things, and I give very intuitive readings when I go in. I will also I have multitude of cards. Okay, I have oracle cards like a gazillion. Like I have tarot cards, a gazillion, because each deck goes through different spiritual aspects. And people think that, oh, you just need one deck for one thing. Absolutely not, sweetheart. Each deck is spiritually inclined to tell you different things. There's a multitude of different purposes. Like one, like say a romantic deck only deals with romance. A past life deck deals with like things that happened to you specifically in your past. Tarots are they're very like say confusing. Me, I could pick up on them, but they're more like zodiac themed. They're more like I could pick up on someone's zodiac when I'm doing or like not an oracle but a tarot. It's like, oh yeah, you're a Taurus. Oh yes, you're a Pisces. Oh yes, you're a Gemini. And then I can start picking up more on the person by the personality, but like you've had a lot of torment, you've had a lot of grief, you just recently had a death in your family. Tarot's it's you have to understand each meaning of the card and exactly where they're placed at when you place them. Like say if you do a 3 card spread, that's past, present, and future. Now if you're doing a big card spread, you need to remember what each space means and representation. And then you have to remember what each tarot card means too, because people think, oh my God, I got the devil card. The devil doesn't instantly mean like, oh my God, the devil's going to get me. No, the devil mostly inclines death. It means bad omens. It has different representations. And they think death means, oh my God, I'm going to die. No, it means rebirth. It means that something in your life is going to change, that you're going through a rebirth, you're going to go through a renovation in your life, that something different in your life is going to change in a multiverse of your life. So tarot cards are, you have to be used to reading tarot to understand it. So me, my clairvoyancy was first what I picked up is reading people's energy. Like if I talk to a person like just for 5 minutes, I can start picking up on their energy right away without having to pick up a card. And then I start being like, okay, I could do this deck on them. And I'm like, are you okay with this deck? And I start showing them the cards and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You just picked up on my personality so quick. I love this deck. Excuse the boxes. uh the kids and my husband are kind of having PTSD from the move. Uh, they didn't realize how much stuff we had. And so they are kind of leaving stuff in boxes. That is the Celtic cross. That is the wind god. And the other one is the pinnacle over there, the green one, like that way. That's the pinnacle. If you're curious, I have a whole bunch of stuff hung up trying to get good juju in the house. Um, but anyway, I will be doing readings or giving out readings. I could be doing 1 card readings over there just to get people started, like, you know, to get paid for it, charging for it. Um, I will be doing readings still here, depending, because that's how people met me. I'm also going to start doing things based on religion, since a lot of people haven't been explained religion very well, and it doesn't seem like the Christians and Catholics are not very well at explaining things, and it seems like the world is going to hell and the devil, well, I'm not going to say devil's handbasket. It seems like God's more of the devil lately, because it's like they're trying to mainstream and force feed Christianity down everyone's throat. And the way I was taught, being an independent fundamental Christian Baptist, and the way I seen programs and everything in church, is Christians were supposed to be literally the bad guys at the end of the day, and they were literally supposed to be hunted, they were supposed to be hated, They were literally supposed to be like in jail. They were not supposed to be at the forefront of everything. They were not supposed to be taking over the world. So the way I'm seeing it, they're the bad guys. Because people think that I'm crazy for saying bad guys all the time, or they think it's like me being, not knowing like very good vocabulary or anything. Okay, it's criminal what they're doing because my grandfather, other people went to war way before when the Declaration of Independence was wrote for us to have freedom of independence, dealing with our own beliefs and reality, with religion and spirituality. Christians came here because they were being kicked out of their own country and hunted for them trying to force their beliefs on a country. Now they're trying to do it here, and I think it's wrong. I don't think that religion should be forced in school. If they want their own religion, they need to have their own schools, not trying to force it on public schools, not trying to force it everywhere. Because to me, I feel if Christians are going to have prayers in school, I feel that every prayer should be said in school. It's not fair that one prayer to be said because it's excluding every religion base. To me, that's not fair to every other religion. Why should one religion be more important than every other religion base? Just because they say so? Christianity is a man made religion base. I don't care what the hell they say. There's no actual lividity and proof that Christianity is real. Everything they say is based upon man saying so. There is no actual proof that God, their God, is actually real. I actually do believe in a God with other gods and goddesses just because they say, well, we're better because we have one God. To me, that means you're weaker. Um, I, for one, I have multitudes. Just because I have more means I'm weaker. No, it means I have other ones to turn to, and they do answer me. It's not that I'm crazy. It means that I have other ones that could answer me when one is actually busy, and I have other ones that understand the same things, and they are in different branches of other things as well. And just because you have one, let me tell you, that means, oh, his work is greatly swamping him and he can't deal with his job. Because clearly, if he's real and if what they're saying is true, he sucks at his job. Because look at the world we live in today. Evidently, he's a sucky god. No offense. I mean, I'm going to touch on a lot of things, and my daughter and me are thinking about making like a podcast too, where we talk about a whole bunch of different things, like dealing with movies and, like I was talking about right now, religion, where we touch on it. It may make a lot of people pissed off. I really don't give two shits. I am an adult. I'm 43. I have every right to my beliefs. I've studied multitudes of different religions, different spiritualities. I have actually have degrees in it. And I mean, when I have confronted different preachers about different things, which I'm going to bring up, they had no answer. They were dumbfounded. And it's not because, oh, the devil gave me all this and the devil did this. And no, I'm telling you right now, the devil is not an actual bad guy because, or he's not actual the criminal in the story. He's not the one that is actually doing everything that's so horrible and manipulative and everything, because I'm not seeing the devil chasing people down the street with Bibles. I see, yeah, because actually, what in the Bible I've heard, they say that Satan tempts you with everything, like basically including the kitchen sink. That he's, trying to do everything to win you over. That's what I'm seeing Christians doing nowadays. And this is what I'm going to touch on and a lot of things that I'm going to talk to you about. And It's also going to deal with the spirituality, the tarot card readings, and my witchy teachings and things like that. Since we lost a strong witch in our community, God rest her goddesses and God's rest her soul, Mama Witchfoot. And a lot of us witches need to stand up and, try to take a mantle up for her and start teaching like she did, because she was a damn good teacher. And we have a lot of young witches that are starving for education, that need education, that don't need to be led down the wrong path. And I feel that if people that are starving for religion, they need to be taught right as well. And I will lead them down the right path if they want to know the truth. If they want religion the right way, I will help them. If they want to, they can go to the Quan. The Quan is actually a good way to start in belief. It is actually really good because it teaches you how to build up your energy. It teaches you how to build up shields. It's actually the closest thing to the real belief system. And they don't literally try to beat you over the head with everything in religion. And they're not abusive, they're not manipulative, they're not judgmental, they're not ugly. And every church too that I've been in that is Christian, it is manipulative. They use guilt. It's not the Holy Spirit. It's guilt that they use to make you feel bad. It's not the Holy Spirit moving in church. It's guilt. And they are taught this. They teach you at seminars how to work it. You know, People go talk to preachers all the time behind closed doors, and they tell them, they do this with Christian preachers and they do this with Catholic padres, fathers. They tell them like things that are going on and seek counsel. And you guys are literally giving them free promotions on what to preach about. So then when they start preaching, you're like, oh my God, God told them what to say. They're reaching right into my heart and touching my soul. No, you gave them a sermon to preach, is what you did. And guess what? You're not the only one in the congregation that has a lot of the same thing going on, because a lot of people suffer with the same thing, like in the universe, damn near the same thing you're suffering with. So it's called mass manipulation through mind control, and it's cult. My grandmother literally was the same way. It's cult religion. It's just like Homeboy in Waco. Mr. Uh, David Kirsch. It's the same thing. Christian religion is not good. I'm sorry to say, because it's like the horrible things I have seen in churches, that the things I'm going to tell y'all, it is not beautiful. It is not pretty. And I'm going to tell you this part, I'm going to tell y'all that I'm not going to tell y'all in the other part. I have seen more families ripped apart that were good, honest to God families, beautiful families. Church ripped them apart because they wanted their homes, their cars, their jewelry, their money. Preacher didn't work a job. And I'm sorry, in the Bible, it actually said that the man of God is supposed to work by the sweat of his brow, the blood, everything. He's supposed to help support the church himself. He's not supposed to live off of his disciples, the people in the church. You know, I have seen more Christian preachers being like more elegantly rich than anything. They're not supposed to be that way. I'm sorry. You're supposedly supposed to get your riches when you die and go to heaven. You're not supposed to receive it here on earth. You're not supposed to live the high life here. You're supposed to, Christians are supposed to suffer here while on earth so that their days while in heaven are good. That's what I was taught in an independent fundamental Christian Baptist church. You're not supposed to live a good life while here on earth. Christians are supposed to suffer because that's how they learn. And they're also, while they're suffering, they're supposed to be humble so they can inspire other Christians to be like, no, other people, not Christians, let me correct that. They're supposed to be humble during their suffrage to inspire other people to be like, why are they so happy? Why do they have that light within them? I mean, they're going through such turmoil, so much chaos, so much things in their life, yet they have this light, this beacon of hope and this joy within them. I want what they have. And you're literally supposed to inspire someone to walk up to you and go, can I ask you something? I've mentioned this a few times within my channel where someone walks up to you and they inquire what's so different about you. Why are you happy? Why are you so humble? And you're literally like almost in rags. And they could tell you're hungry. They could tell that, you haven't had much food. Your hair's not all shiny and all that. But you yourself are like beaming with pride, not envious pride, because that's a sin. That's one of the seven deadly sins. But you have this hope within you. You have this happiness within you. You just have this knowing that things are going to be good. And I have never seen a Christian like that. I have seen hate. I've seen envy. I've seen greed. I've seen lust. I mean, I've seen all the seven deadly sins within Christians, and you cannot tell me that that's godly. I'm sorry to tell you, it's not. Because they are supposed to obey the 10 commandments. Basically, that is the basic thing that they have to do, is obey the 10 commandments. And I could read the 10 commandments to you. I will tell you. The 10 commandments in King James Bible. All right. 10 commandments. And it says generic 10 commandments. This is funny. We don't need the generic, we need the real deal. Here we go. Thou shalt thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's basically, you should not worship nobody else. You can't worship Mary, you can't worship Joseph, you can't worship nobody else but God. You can't worship even the preacher. You only worship God. That means basically you can't put nothing above him. Nothing. Only God. You know? It says, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Um, to me, that sounds like a church. I'm sorry, it does. I mean, it says a graven image, or maybe an idol. I don't know. That one always confused me. But yeah, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. That means remember Sunday and to always keep it holy. Always make sure to, you know, do Christian good holy things for God on Sunday. They always said that we weren't supposed to work on Sunday. We were always supposed to go to church on Sunday. We weren't supposed to do any sort of work on Sunday. We were supposed to just do godly things on Sunday. That's how I was taught. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord. Wait, thou shalt not take of the Lord thy God in vain. To me, how I perceived it, because everybody's like, don't say, oh my God. What I understand this to be, and how I brought it up, and no man has ever been able to argue, is like when they say, God wants you to buy me a car. That is taking the Lord's name in vain. God said he wants you to give me money. That's actually taking God's name in vain, because you're actually saying something that God said that he did not say. So that's what I'm saying. These people that are saying that God is real, they're taking God's name in vain, because they're saying something that is not real that he said. So they're making a false God, a false prophet that he is not, and they're also taking his name in vain. So a lot of these Christians do not realize what they are doing, that they made a false belief out of something that isn't real, and they're going to anger the real, true, big kahua. You know what I'm saying? Or kahuna. Um, honor thy father and mother. That means, you know, be good to your parents, respect them, don't disrespect them. But I also believe your parents should do the same to you. Your parents shouldn't step out of line to you just because this says this. It doesn't mean your parents could beat the crap out of you and abuse you and get by with it. I'm sorry. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that parents have a right to be abusive just because of that verse. So I think that's why some of this gets out of line because people hear that and they're like, well, it says you honor me, so I could walk all over you. It's like, no, it didn't say honor thy parents and let them treat you like a dog and a slave and beat you with razor straps and trees and whatever. It doesn't say that, but it says honor them. You can honor them and still stand up for yourself and demand respect. So that's what a lot of people don't understand a thin line. So, yeah, about that. It says, thou shalt not kill. I agree with that, but I also believe in defense. If someone's going to try to come at you to kill you instead, I feel you have every right to defend yourself. If they're going to kill, me, I need to defend myself. Now, if I could defend myself to where I don't have to kill them, okay. But people are going to be like, well, what just happened in New York? Honestly, I still stand up for that guy. I feel he had every right because the person he killed was mass murdering God knows how other many people. So what he did was justified. I don't care what anybody else says. They could sit here. I have had such arguments dealing with that on Facebook. Oh, these people dang near caused me. My blood pressure was through the roof. It is redonkulous. I don't want to have no more arguments. Um, thou shalt not commit adultery. This means do not have premarital sex. Pretty much don't have sex without being married. Also, just don't have sex with anybody that ain't your husband or your wife. And basically, don't try to steal another person's husband or wife either. It means keep your stuff in your pants, if it ain't your wife or your husband. Um, I believe in gay marriages too. I believe in all type of marriages, but I believe in honoring them. If the marriage ain't working, wait for your divorce. Don't go cheat. I have seen so many people mess around. I'm not giving out names. It's just people like judging other people a lot. I've had it happen so much around me, it's sickening, and people should grow the hell up and learn that, if you're going to sit here and sweep around everybody else's doorsteps, make sure all the trash, lint, leaves, dirt, bugs is all off your doorstep because your doorstep sure looks trashy compared to everybody else's, and you want to sweep everybody else's before you do your own. Clean up your own shit before you do everybody else's. Please, for the love of gods and goddesses, please. Next one. I said, thou shalt not steal. That's easy. But I also feel if you're struggling and you have no money and you got to do what you do for your kids sometimes and you don't get busted, you have to do what you got to do sometimes because government, it sucks. Ah, he's here. Oh, he ran. Oh, okay. Next, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Basically, don't lie against your neighbor. So if you're going to do something, be truthful about your neighbor. Last one, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is his neighbor. Basically, don't envy your neighbor for nothing. Be good to your neighbor in so many words or less. And that's basically what everybody needs to honor in Christianity. Simple as is. And they can't even follow that. It's the easiest thing. but yet they want to, sit here and act like, oh, we're so holy. It's like, no. I mean, there's tons of more things that is listed in the Bible that's understandable, but they don't do it. I mean, men wrote the Bible and made the woman look like she's the most evil, vindictive thing ever. And it's like Eve was the most horrible thing, Lilith was the most horrible thing, and every woman in the Bible was horrible. Like with Samson and Delilah, like every woman in the Bible was evil. Like there was no woman in the Bible that was actually good except for Mary. And that's horrific. That goes to show you that the men that wrote the Bible had a problem with women that had any sort of strength, any women that had any sort of voice, any women that had any sort of power. They didn't want women rising to a certain stance, but yet women are the one that have the amount of power because we give life. And they said there's no nothing closer to God than woman, because they we give life just like God. Man can't do that. All man does is the simplest thing, gives a seed. We're the one that harvests the seed, we nurture the seed, we grow the seed, and we keep nurturing it for 9 months within us. We are the ones that literally do the miraculous thing of growing it and bringing it into this world. And they said also, there's nothing that is more close to death than giving life to a child. So, literally, we do the hardest thing in life by giving life. We literally give a piece of our life to our child. There's nothing more greater and more responsible in the world than that. And sometimes it's the hardest thing because there has been, I don't know how many women in the US within this year alone, 400 women counting, have died because they've been refused abortions due to having dead babies inside them due to ridiculous, dumb doctors, and they died of sepsis within their cars, within their homes. And it's ridiculous because of people enforcing Christianity rules. It's like if you have a dead baby inside you, what's the point of keeping it inside you? It's like get the baby out, because if you remove the baby, you save a woman's life, and that woman can go on and have more children later in life, because that child, it could have had complications during the pregnancy, and it may not have been the mother's fault. It could have been just something was wrong with the baby. Maybe the baby had, a growth problem. It could have had a heart murmur and died. There's no way for them to know what happened in utero unless they do perform, you know, the abortion and perform an autopsy on the poor baby. There's no way for them to know. But yet they let two lives be lost instead of one. Saving a woman's life is extremely important because she could still have more children if you save her life. Unless she's like, you know what, I don't want to have more children. And that's her God given right if she wants to get her tubes cut, tied, and burned. It's not other people's decisions what a woman decides to do with her body. It is her choice too. That's another thing I'm going to talk about, women's rights. You know, there's so many things going on within our country right now that is so ridiculous and so stupid that it irritates me, hurts me, and pisses me off that they're making decisions based on things they don't even know, that they don't go through, that they're making choices for genders and people and things that they don't research, that they don't know. Just like what's going on in Texas right now. We have what, a senator, the weed thing going on. A senator, or because I know it's not Abbott. What is he? A senator, the one that's trying to get the weed taken out? Yeah, a congressman. Basically, what's going on? He's one of our guys in government in Texas. He's wanting to rule out THC. Governor who? Governor Dan Patrick in Texas. Yeah, he's wanting to ban all types of THC in Texas because he feels that it's targeting children. He's calling children ages from 18 to 25. 18 to 25 is children. If you can buy cigarettes, buy liquor, go to war, how are you a child? You're a grown ass adult. Correct me if I'm wrong. I actually signed the petition because I use the CBD and the Delta and stuff for my pain, my anxiety, my depression, my PTSD. I can't travel outside of my city limits unless I use the CBD or the Delta, the THC stuff, because me being in a severe accident. And this dumb prick does not know what he's talking about. He's just doing this because he's, trying to get votes from the Christians and stuff. And it's like, to me, they should be hitting fentanyl. Fentanyl is more of a problem in Texas. THC users, the people that use CBD and THC, we're not causing no problems. We're not causing wrecks. We're not causing shootings. Where we stay at home and chill, we're not causing no problems. People that do fentanyl, alcoholics, like stuff like that, gun control does need to be a thing in Texas. They need to get rid of every Republican person within the politician rate in Texas because all they're doing is causing more problems in Texas. And honestly, I think that there should never have been a vote for Republicans in office. People are going to be like, oh my God, you're just a Democrat. No, I've said it before. I am a rebel. I don't take either side at times unless they are posing something that I know that is going to positively affect our government. Camilla did have a good pose, but everybody didn't want to vote her in because she was a woman. She was part black. They didn't want another black person in. Um, Stupid Donald Trump was sitting here having Elon Musk put up false things about her because people don't realize Elon Musk is a person that works with the computer. He knows how to do AI stuff, and he was doing AI things dealing with her. He was probably making pictures of her. He was making AI things. It's not hard for him to make false claims dealing with Camilla. So everything that was coming up dealing with her, he probably made it because everything negative dealing with her has suddenly dropped. Everything negative almost dealing with Biden has dropped. Only time something negative drops is like when they start talking positive about said person, like they talk positive about Biden. Oh, here comes a negative report. When they want to say something positive about Camilla, like when she was out helping feed, the homeless people on Thanksgiving Day. And where was Trump? He was out. Oh, he was eating somewhere with a bunch of billionaires. Oh, they were talking crap about Camilla. And I'm sitting here like, I don't understand how people actually voted for him. He wasn't going to bring down anything. He's a billionaire. Why is he going to help us? I mean, Elon Musk already said he is not wanting to send out Social Security checks, Medicare, or anything because he feels it's a waste of money. So I'm sitting here looking at everybody that voted for him, and I'm seriously, seriously like, Y'all people ruined our country. And I feel like every single one of y'all need to be put on a boat and shipped back to y'all's country that your family came here from, because y'all done ruined this country. I'm Native American, so I'm from this country. You know, I'm Cherokee and Blackfoot, even though I have Viking, Scottish, Irish, and all that, but mainly my family's from here. We had already discovered the United States because we were already here. The rest of y'all came here from the freaking Mayflower, and other people came here from other states because y'all brought them here. So, I'm not trying to be messed up. I'm being a realist. Everybody that voted for him needs to get out of Dodge, because including him, because his family's foreigners, straight up foreigners. They're not from here. His mom and dad legitimately came here from another country. So honestly, I don't even know why he's here. I mean, he's talking about shipping, immigrants. Him and his family needs to be shipped away then. Like on, the first flight out. So he should be shipping himself, because he said he's going to ship first families from immigrants, even if they are legal citizens. Him and his family should be leaving, because his family, if I'm not mistaken, Russia and Germany. So one is going to go to Germany, one's going to go to Russia. He could pick Russia or Germany, or both Germany. I don't know. So I really don't give a crap about his family. I just know he's actually not, his family's not from America. That's one reason why they're racist. But I'm going to leave it here. That's a lot of the updates. I will get back to doing the movie reviews because I've been watching a whole bunch of new movies. Oh, United Kingdom. His mom was born in the United Kingdom. Oh God, I feel bad for those people because I have a lot of good friends in the United Kingdom. I'm so sorry, y'all. Ooh, you poor people. To get that wench back. Oh my God. Okay, guys. I will get back to, like I said, my movie reviews because I have watched a whole bunch of new movies, um, along with TV shows. If y'all have not watched the Brule Brothers, if y'all are into drag, um, they are basically Monster Drag. Um, Monster Drag is basically like gothic drag, but amped up more. You think about RuPaul's Drag Race, but goth, but a hell of a lot more spookier. Um, I'm into drag. I'm into trans. I love all different types of makeup. I dig it. So if y'all haven't seen it, it's on Shutter and AMC. You could buy it on YouTube. You could get it on Prime. You could buy Shutter yourself and get it. I don't have a subscription thingy to like the discounts like some of the YouTubers do, because I don't have that many people yet to do stuff like that. Both his great grandparents are from Germany. He's an immigrant. Anyway, but if you guys are into that, Shutter, AMC, Primetime Video, YouTube, and you can get it. You can do Shutter, AMC, and same thing on YouTube, because that's how I do my stuff, and it's awesome. Just remember, it's called Brule Brothers. They have up to, I do believe, 6 seasons. Um, they do horror, glamour, and filth. It's three different types. At the end of it, they do that. You have to dress up in three, like the people that are running up, they have to dress up in those three. And there's been some drag queens on there that I feel that should not have actually gotten a chance to be on, but other ones I feel are actually perfect, like Vampire Chinese. I love Abora, um Eva Destruction. I love Louisiana Purchase. Like my queens from Texas, I'm like, yes, I love you girls. um There's like so many. There's some feisty queens on there that I adore the crap out of. There's been so many that's come on there that I'm just like chef's kiss. I absolutely adore. RuPaul's Drag Race, I still love, but I feel RuPaul needs to do a little bit more spread out because Brule Brothers, they bring contestants in. Like they bring back past queens, they bring in other people. Well, RuPaul brings in other people, but very rarely does he brings past queens to perform, but never sit on the panel with the judges. Um but I think RuPaul needs to get back down to earth. You know, I love RuPaul. Don't get me wrong. I am definitely a RuPaul fan. Um, but to me, I think the fame, the glory, the money has gone to his head. And I don't blame him because he makes a lot of money. Um, but yeah, I watch them. RuPaul, you can watch on YouTube as well, but you have to wait sometimes for the seasons. And sometimes I have to buy them because they don't upload very quick. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this because I know my husband's probably starving and he just got off work. And sometimes he doesn't like walking in front of the camera. He's like, no, babe. So I understand, and I like keeping him out. Like my homegirl, Gothic Ma'am, she sometimes doesn't, Shay doesn't show her man and her kids. So I understand that. Like my oldest son, he doesn't like being seen sometimes. My youngest doesn't mind, but my oldest, he's like, no. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a nice night, and I will most definitely see y'all in the next one. All right, bye, guys.